Cats are everywhere, whether you love them or hate them. From their cult worshipping as far back as ancient Egypt, to their modern relevance in pop culture and mainstream domestication, humans have always had a place in their hearts for these finicky felines. There exist many misconceptions about cats, one being that they are all simply rude, antisocial, and even highly imperious in nature. Although true to some, most cats are in fact as individualistic and diverse in personality as us humans. Nonetheless, there is a universal saying that's apparent: you don't own the cat owns you. This couldn't be truer for the story I'm about to share. A few weeks ago, I was unexpectedly introduced to a charismatic and visibly well-off cat named Bumblebee during a visit to my friend's aunt's home in the south-Brisbane suburb of Moorooka. Watching Bumblebee slowly yet determinedly shuffle his way up from the bottom of the street, I awaited a greeting that would consist of a smooch and what has been referred to as his signature smoker's purr. There was something unique about Bumblebee. Having grown up with cats my entire life and experiencing an array of feline personalities, even Bumblebee's nature seemed outlandish to me. So, being the curious cat that I am, I had to find out more. I asked Miss Houghton if she knew who actually owned Bumblebee.
Only about 4 doors away from us. They have 3 children. They're now about early teens, just pre-teens. They got him a few years ago from the RSPCA and they called him Bumblebee. He lived with that family for about a year and then for some reason he decided, no, don't want to live here, and he took a liking to a neighbour 2 doors down from them. And apparently that's where he lives now.
Miss Houghton described Bumblebee as a tall, obese ginger cat with a funny, somewhat affectionate, and extremely confident personality. Bumblebee was so big that he measured about 10 inches, or 25 centimetres, wide when laying down. One neighbour even estimates he weighs around 10 to 12 kilograms. Clearly a big cat with a big personality. Miss Houghton also said Bumblebee is regularly seen receiving love and attention, in form of pats, hugs, and even food by residents and passers-by. Bumblebee is so well known and beloved by locals that he's frequently celebrated on a certain Moorooka community Facebook page. Residents have somewhat universally accepted Bumblebee's ownership of the street, going as far as referring to him as the self-appointed king of Moorooka. Bumblebee spends most of his time either sleeping or prying around the street, unbothered by people, dogs, and even cars. He even seems to have a habit of inviting himself into people's homes. Miss Houghton had her own comical experience involving Bumblebee, which was actually the first time she had met him.
My husband and I and my niece were out the front of the house and he just walked up to us and started meowing and we were patting him, and that was the first time that we had actually seen him or met him, and he hung around for hours that day. He followed us into the backyard. He tried to get into the house, we shooed him out, and he sat out on our alfresco area from about 5 o'clock till maybe 11 o'clock that night, wanting to get in.
The RSPCA suggests that cats only be let outside with appropriate supervision so that they are less likely to get lost, sick, or injured, disturb neighbours, and hunt wildlife. According to Wires Wildlife Rescue, studies suggest that roaming suburban domestic cats can bring home anywhere from 5 to 30 vertebrates a year, including small mammals and birds. Male cats are also territorial and have a tendency to spray. Miss Houghton does not believe Bumblebee to be a nuisance, nor a danger to local wildlife, as he's been vastly accepted by the local community and described as too big to even climb or run. Bumblebee is a cat like no other, and the residents of Moorooka prove just that. He will always be the king of the street. The king of his street.